The world moved from an unknown disease to a solution in a time frame that many experts seriously doubted. The speed in which the world reacted to this pandemic was imperative to protect our way of life.
Speed was absolutely critical in a response to a pandemic when there is an acute phase. And I have to say we were incredibly proud and to partner with the government. The Australian government, the Therapeutic Goods Administration, did things very differently in order to address this issue around speed. In fact, for the first time we had rolling submissions. So as soon as the clinical data was available, we were able to submit it to the Therapeutic Goods Administration. They were able to evaluate that, and within a matter of weeks after that assessment was done, we had vaccines in Australia. We delivered the first of vaccines in Australia for protection. We have now delivered 3.8 billion doses of vaccine to over 180 countries around the world.
3.8 billion doses.
3.8.
Think about that. That's pretty significant in the space of 2.5 years.
It required a huge effort, and even within Australia we have now delivered 74 million vaccines to Australians. We've delivered 1 million doses of the COVID treatment to Australians. We're incredibly proud of that. So that speed was critical, but what was really important is this collaboration and a way of doing things differently. In normal circumstances, it would have taken from the time that the clinical trials had been finished maybe a year to almost 2 years before a vaccine may have been available in Australia.
Hindsight would have been many deaths, many illnesses, and many families disrupted, businesses disrupted, the economy disrupted.
Absolutely, and so it is speed, but it's also how we value these new treatments. As we move forward for future pandemics, we need to invest in the infrastructure of our health system. That's critically important. We know that one of the core concerns early on was that it would be overwhelmed. Investing in research and development, investing in the vaccines and the treatments, but also with the Health Technology Review, we have an opportunity to look at, as Australians now understanding the value that vaccines and treatments have to our everyday. It's not just the illness, but it is every aspect of our lives. It's whether we can go to work, whether we can employ people, whether we have absenteeism, all of those things are impacted by the health and well-being of Australians.
Whether we can hug our loved ones rather than having them locked behind glass or in an aged facility, for example.
And I think that is what has probably highlighted for everyone the health and well-being of us individually and us as a whole country has a huge impact, not just on our, as you said, loved ones, but our lives. Our lives were completely upended, let's face it. One of the learns that I would love to see us go forward is to understand what the value of having a healthy nation is. Because a healthy nation underpins the health of our economy, it underpins the well-being and the way that we want to choose to live our lives. And if we really take this opportunity to have a broad conversation, not just between government and industry, as I said before. It is about all of us coming together and saying, how do we want to invest in the health and well-being of Australians? How do we want to evaluate and value the innovation of new medicines and new vaccines so Australians have access to that at the very earliest possible moment?